video for OrChem 7 and 8. Yes, pinagdugtong ko na ang 7 and 8 kasi super short lang class yung chapter 8. Alright? So if you remember, in OrChem 6, our lesson is about alkyl halides and the main reactions we talk about are substitution and elimination. O sige, recall natin ang konti ang substitution. Diba there are two mechanisms, SN1 and SN2. So very notable class ang term na living groups. Actually, from Los Baños section, yung nag-request sa akin ito, sabi niya, Ma'am Mitch, baka pwede natin gawa ng list yung mga common na living groups. Okay? So ito na, kanyang request granted na. So even in the on-site sections, pinakita ko na ito class. So here are the different living groups. Living groups in substitution reactions are atoms or groups that can stabilize the negative charge after departure. O class, you will see, meron pa nakalagay dito na good, very good, excellent. So paano ba maging good, very good, or excellent na living group? They must be weak bases and able to exist independently in solution. O diba class, ang alkyl halides, sila ay normally nag-undergo ng substitution reactions. And this halides, this halogen atoms, iodide, bromide, chloride, ang mga living groups ng alkyl halides. Mga lahat ba yan weak bases? Yes. Diba? Kung nalagyan natin ng H, HI, or HCl, di ba mga strong acids yun? Recall equilibrium. Therefore, ang kanilang conjugate base ay mga weak bases. Kaya nga wala ang fluoride dito. Bakit? Di ba class ang HF weak acid? Therefore, ang fluoride strong base, stronger base kumpara sa kanila. Okay? So kaya iodide, bromide, and chloride lang dito sa less under halides. Under sulfonate esters in this chapter's video, nakita na and more, meron pa ditong mesylate and terephthalate. Okay? Kung di pa kayo familiar sa kanila. Okay? And you will also see in this lesson ang water na magiging living group din. Paano? It will be formed during protonation. Just like ROH na formed din during protonation. So they consist our neutral molecules na good living groups din. Meron din mamaya sa chapter ng amines ang nitrogen, NN. Diba ganyan klase ang NN? So nitrogen gas, yes, yung N na alam nyo na inert gas. So its formation is highly favorable and drives the reaction forward. Diba? So ayan na, may list na tayo class ng mga common living groups. Umaalis sila. Kaya nga living groups. Ako class na natandaan ko dati, kailangan iset sila free. We have to set them free. Palayain. Diba? So kailangan palayain ng mga living group na to para class makamove on tayo sa reaction. Ganun. Okay? Para mas maalala nyo. We have to set them free. Yan ang drama class ng peg ng mga living groups. So later, i-remind ko kayo pag merong certain living group. Okay? So class, opening slide ulit tayo, no? For OrChem, number 7. OrChem 7 ito. Ang OrChem 7 ay composed ng chapter on alcohols and phenols and amines. Explain ko later. Bakit yung amines nandito sa chapter na to? Alright? So for alcohols and phenols, we'll talk about structure and properties, preparation of alcohols. Class, na-notice niyo na may mga chapter na tayo ngayon, I mean subtopics in our chapters na merong preparation. Kailangan kasi ma-recall natin in the previous chapters, paano ba naka-form ng alcohols? Paano ba naka-form ng ethers? Ganyan. Okay? Para meron tayong full circle moment, diba? Binabalikan natin yung previous na lesson. And nag-invest na guys tayo sa OrChem 6 about substitution and elimination. So meron ulit dito, yes. So same mechanism yan, E1, E2, SN1, SN2, kaya sana ginalagan nyo na ng OrChem 6. Kasi ganun pa rin yung mechanism in alcohols later. And then of course, ang mga alcohols and phenols, they are also prone to oxidation and meron sariling subtopic ang reaction ng phenols. Diba? So medyo challenging class itong chapter na to, kaya natin. So before we begin with structure and properties, let's check first some interesting, some simple alcohols. Start tayo sa pinaka-maliit. Methanol, IUPAC name yan. Common name, methyl alcohol. Well, in the lab, solvent ito. Take note, it's a dangerous solvent. Highly flammable gas class. And then, ethanol. O, dito ko dito, no? Kasi ito, common solvent din. And also, main component to guys ng mga alcoholic beverages, though at very small amounts lang. Also, biofuels contain a little amount of ethanol. Now, sa mga disinfectant natin class, ay nakasulat doon, common name. Ano nakalagay? Ethyl alcohol. Diba? So, may pagkakaiba ang usage ng common name, yung alam ng normal na tao, layman's term, and yung alam natin na IUPAC name. Ayun, nakalagay din naman here. Diba? May subtitle, ethanol, ethyl alcohol. Also, isopropyl alcohol or 2-propanol ay ginagamit din as disinfectant. Okay? So, take note, for disinfectant, for commercial uses, ang nakalagay na kanilang pangalan ay common name, layman's term. Meron pa. I also have here an example class naman ng diol. O ma'am, ano yung diol? Dalawa yung OH. One particular example is ethylene glycol. Yan class, ang component ng mga antifreeze or coolant solutions. So, yun yung old name niya, ethylene glycol, pwede nyo siya tawagin na 1,2-ethane diol. So, yan class, alcohol din yan. Now, lahat sila, very notable, soluble sa water. May limit ba yun? O lahat po ng may OH dapat soluble sa water? May limit guys. Siyempre pag lumalaki yung hydrocarbon chain, yung non-polar portion, hindi nag-interact sa water yun. So if you will read books, 5 carbons below, they are fully soluble in water. Why? Because of H bonding. Okay? So tandaan natin ha. So 5 carbons below. So mamix ang mga alcohols nag-exhibit po sila ng H bonding? Yes. So they form H bonds with themselves and they form H bonds with water. Again, the solubility limit, 5 carbons below. Yun ang fully soluble sa water. At kapag lumaki na, siyempre yung mahaba yung carbon chain, nagiging insoluble na class. So portion na yun. Kasi nag-interact sa water ang OH. Alright? O meron pa akong gusto ipalit ko sa inyo class, ang IR absorptions nila. O i-recall naman natin na class ang IR, notable IR absorption ng mga alcohols bilang sila ay may OH group, itong strong and broad absorption of more than 3,000. Huwag niyo kalilimutan ha, at more than 3,000. I told you, nung chapter natin sa spectro, i-recall natin sila dito sa OrChem. Ito na nga, di ba? Naalala natin. So, mamich alcohol lang ba ang may kanyang absorption? Pwede rin class ang phenol. Pwede rin ang carboxylic acid. But in carboxylic acid, may hahanapin pa kayo C-double-bond-O absorption. Okay? So, let's recall, yan, notable yan for compounds containing OH. Alright? So, now we move on to structure and properties. Okay na tayo sa structure. You already know how to spot alcohols. Meron silang OH. They have different classification. Meron primary, secondary, and tertiary. Naming, madali lang. So, if it's IUPAC, you name them as alkanol, alkane-ol. Pag common, alkyl, alcohol. Physical state, from C1 to C11, liquids. C12 and above, solids. Okay? Very easy, di ba? Boiling point, of course, they should have higher boiling points than alkenes because of H bonding. Solubility, na-mention ko na kanina. Acidity, o plus alam niyo ba, ang mga alcohols, weak, very weak acid sila. Because the result of the alkoxide is not resonance stabilized. Ang kailangan plus ng alcohol to deprotonate them are very strong bases. Example, sodium amide. So mamaya I'll give you a list of very strong bases that can react with alcohols. Okay? Main uses, na-mention na class natin kanina. And ayan, di ba? So we are done with the structure and properties of alcohols. Now, exercise tayo. Arrange the following order of increasing boiling points. O madali lang, we have an ether, alcohol, alkane. O di ba class? Compare nyo lang IMFA nila. So, the one with the lowest boiling point is actually the alkane. Bakit? Van der Waals forces na class ang capable nito. And then ether, dipole-dipole. And the alcohol, syempre, kasama na ang H bonding. For compounds of comparable or similar molecular weight, the stronger the IMFA, the higher the boiling point, or kung solid sila, melting point. Another, arrange the following in order of increasing boiling point. This time, 4 sila alcohol. Tingnan natin. O class, on your paper, drawing nyo ha. I-drawing nyo ang 1-butanol, 2-butanol, 2-methyl, 2-propanol. Tatlong types ng alcohol to eh. Primary, secondary, tertiary. So class itong tertiary, ang may least surface area, siya yung may smallest na surface area. Therefore, smallest, lowest ang kanyang boiling point. And then of course, the primary alcohol. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Uy, mas malawak na ma'am. Mas malawak ang kanyang surface area. Yes. For compounds with same molecular weight, the larger the surface area, the higher the boiling point. O diba, ito pa rin naman yung pattern na alam niyo from the intro part. Okay? So yan class, mga possible na pwedeng ipa-arrange sa inyo with respect to their physical properties. Alright? Now we move on to phenols. So ma'am, ang mga phenols ba, meron silang basic structure na yung benzene ring may OH. Yun, tama. Yun nga ang basic structure ng mga phenols. So hindi siya nag-iisa, marami sila. Base lang. Okay? Ang phenol. Ang example ako dito, cresol. Ano yung structure ng cresol? Ito class. Okay? So meron tayong tatlong possible na isomer. O recall nyo yung silene, that's organ 5 aromatic. Di ba pag silene, dalawa yung methyl. Pag cresol, isang OH, isang methyl. So these are our ortho, meta, para cresol isomers. O meron pa ako dito, dalawang OH, catechol, and resorcinol. Alright? So ayan class, ang properties ng mga phenol, may karugtong pa yan, solubility, acidity. O diba na-take note na natin kanina. Ang mga phenol ma'am, bakit sila more acidic? Bakit sila mas acidic compared sa alcohol? Because the resulting conjugate base, the phenoxide ion, is resonance stabilized, the supply system. Kaya ito, more acidic. So mga mga base ang pwede sa phenol? Eh di pwede rin sodium hydroxide. Diba? Unlike sa alcohol na sobrang weak ng pagka-acid niya, ang phenol, slightly stronger than alcohol. Thus, this can be deprotonated with sodium hydroxide. Main uses ng phenol, antiseptics, resins, plastics, pharmaceuticals. O, diba? Bongga rin plus. Marami ding uses ang phenol. Alright, so now we move on to the next subtopic, how to prepare alcohols. O recall, or Chem 4 ninyo class, nag-review kayo, mahaba yun, diba? Yung chapter nyo on alkenes. Diba ang dami ng reaction na nag-produce na alcohol? O isipin nyo, o lahat to, acid catalyzed hydration, oxymercuration, demercuration, hydroboration, oxidation. Pero ito huwag nyo makalimutan ng Markovnikov. And then, dihydroxylation, cis-diol, ang product, diba? O ayan class, lahat yan natapos nyo na. And just recently with our Orgem 6, ang alkyl halide, pwedeng ma-convert into alcohol using sodium hydroxide or water. Ring opening, makikita ba natin yan mamaya sa Orgem 8? Makikita nyo class ang epoxide, na kapag nag-undergo ng ring opening, magiging diol. Okay? And then in Orgem 8, magkakaroon tayo ng lesson ng alkyls and ketones, nucleophilic addition. And of course, Orgem 10, ang reduction ng carboxylic acids and derivatives. So dahil pala, exactly ang dami guys. Okay? Ang versatile din ng possession ng alcohol. Maraming pwedeng puntahan, maraming pwedeng reactions leading to alcohol, maraming reactions coming from alcohol. Okay? So class, meron tayo dito, list coming from your manual. So ito naman ang reactions of alcohol. O ano nangyayari sa alcohol? O class, isipin nyo, ano ba structure ng alcohol? Diba? ROH. Para sa akin, ang obvious, pinaka-obvious na reaction pwede mangyari sa kanya, yung OH niya. Paano? Ipoprotonate. Diba? Ang ibig sabihin, yung OH magiging OH2, yung O magiging positive pa. Ibig sabihin, elimination yun. To be specific, kapag nag-eliminate class ng H2O, ang tawag doon, dehydration. Yun, o diba? Very, very cool pala yung mga tawag sa reaction, hindi na makakalimutan. Exactly. Okay, literal, very literal sila class. So when we say dehydration, it's removal of H2O from alcohol. At ang pinakamadali, you protonate the oxygen of OH with strong acid. Ito. Yan class, ang una nating reaction. Meron pang isa, dehydration with phosphorus oxychloride. Diba? So, ma'am, alkene ba lagi ang product of elimination? Yes po. Remember, from our lesson, in alkyl halides, E1, E2 mechanism, ang product ay alkenes. Itong mga substitution reaction, maya-maya class. Okay? I-master muna natin ang elimination reactions or dehydration. Removal class na H2O. O, class, tingnan nyo to. Tingnan nyo itong mechanism na to. Later reveal natin kung ito ba ay E1 or E2. So, this is our third butyl alcohol. Sa class I, tertiary alcohol. O, first step, the oxygen atom is protonated. Boom! Naging O plus H2. O, di ba alam nyo na ito ay neutral molecule ng good living group. Pag umalis yan, there will be a tertiary carbocation, a stable one. And para class ma-complete ang reaction, so one of the beta hydrogens, so ayan, meron namang Greek letter, recall class, alpha is the carbon bearing the OH. Ma'am, ganun din di ba sa sa alkyl halide? Yes po. Ganun din sa alkyl halide. So alpha carbon is the carbon bearing the OH. Dati bearing the halogen. And the carbons beside alpha are all beta. Di ba magkamukha naman lahat exactly? Pare-pareho class na methyl ang beta carbon. Thus, we remove any of those beta hydrogens using the conjugate HSO4- and the form class ang pi-bond. O ayan, may alkene na. Okay? O class, anong mechanism to? Since there's formation of a carbocation, dapat alam niyo na ito class ay E1 mechanism. Okay? So E1 mechanism is seen here in the dehydration of third butyl alcohol, forming this alkene. Mamitsula na ba ibang product? Wala na. Kasi equivalent lahat ng beta carbons. Therefore, equivalent lahat ng beta hydrogens. Wala nang ibang possible product. Okay? I hope we're clear. Another mechanism. So ito class, meron tayong primary alcohol here. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is 1 propanol. First step, oxygen atom is protonated. Ayun, naging OH2. Tapos maalis na siya, di ba? Yes. But this time, in this mechanism class, there will be simultaneous removal of one of the beta hydrogens and your leaving group OH2. Hala ma'am, simultaneous, concerted, E2 mechanism yan. Yes. Okay? So this one demonstrates E2 mechanism. O ma'am, meron pa ibang product? Ito lang class. Ito lang din ang possible na product because there's only one beta hydrogen. Okay? So I hope guys clear tayo in our mechanism for dehydration, elimination of H2O reactions. Now, sample problem tayo class. Show how 3,3-dimethyl 2-butanol forms 2 alkenes during dehydration. O di ba nagtataka kayo, bakit dalawa? Saan magagaling mag isa pang alkene? O let's see. Step 1, protonation of the alcohol. And of course, good living group class, ang OH, O plus H2 or water. Now, na-form na ang secondary carbocation. O class, isipin nyo, na laging stability ang goal ng mga carbocations, which means that if there's a chance, if there's a window na pwedeng mag-rearrange ang carbocation to form a more stable one, yes, mangyayari yun. So, mangyayari siya here in this reaction, yes. So, rearrangement of the secondary carbocation via 1,2-methyl shift. Ibig sabihin, bit-bit yung electron pair na yan, yes. Bit-bit guys ng CH3, yung bonding pair at magmamigrate going to the nearby carbon at ang magiging resulting carbocation ay tertiary. O, di ba? Ang tertiary, more stable. So, ma'am, basta magkakaroon ng possibility na maging more stable ang carbocation, pwede pong magkaroon ng rearrangement? Yes. Okay? Pwedeng maging possible ang rearrangement. So, here, class, in the tertiary carbocation, there are two possible products. Why? May dalawang types ng beta hydrogens that can be removed. So, diba, ito na yung positive carbon. So, here, at the adjacent carbon, there's one hydrogen, and meron din class equivalent na 6 hydrogens nakatabi ng positive carbon. So, we will assign beta 1 and beta 2 to these hydrogens. So, here is the loss of a proton from the beta 1, ito class. So, beta 1, itong hydrogen, nag-isang hydrogen na to. So, here, so removal of this hydrogen will produce this alkene na obviously more substituted. On the other hand, if one of the hydrogens here sa methyls, ma'am, yung dalawang methyls ba, equivalent sila? Yes. So, equivalent kayo sa dalawang yan. So, one of the hydrogens removed there will give us this alkene. So, beta 1, beta 2, ma'am, ito ba yung minor product kasi less substituted siya? Yes. Okay? So, class, again, itong example na to illustrates the importance of forming the more stable carbocation via 1,2-methyl shift. Alright? Next. Ito na nga, i-define na nga natin. We will define formally na class ang carbocation rearrangement. Ma'am, alkyl at saka hydrogen, pwedeng magkaroon ng 1,2 shift? Yes. So, if it's a methyl group, just like what we saw earlier, alkyl shift yon. If it will be a hydrogen, syempre kabitbit ng hydrogen yung bonding pair niya, kaya ang tawag dyan, hydride shift. So, carbocation rearrangement is a process in which an unstable carbocation transforms into a more stable one by shifting hydrogen or an alkyl group to a neighboring carbon. The shift is called 1,2 shift, which involves the migrating group carrying its bonding electrons to form a new and more stable carbocation. Diba? Na-demonstrate na natin siya kanina yung methyl shift in the previous reaction. Syempre, more examples mo para mas maalala namin. So, our next problem, show how dehydration of alcohol X forms alkene Y using a 1,2 hydride shift. Oh, 1,2 hydride shift naman, guys. Everybody, look at this problem. Ito ang alcohol X. Ito ang acid. Ma'am, same naman yung first step, no? Mapoprotonate yung O. Yes. So this becomes OH2 plus. Aalis ang water. What do you have? A secondary carbocation. Na pwede nga mas maging stable pa at maging tertiary. O, gawin na natin, ha? So ito ang first step. Ayan na nga. Secondary carbocation. Pero ma'am, pwede pa rin naman to, right? Pwede pa ito mag-undergo ng removal of hydrogen. Pero ma-form na alkene plus yung minor product. Okay? So this is your alpha. Yan ang ating alpha carbon. O dito nga, libre natin yung alpha natin. Ayan. O alpha. And these are the beta hydrogens. Okay? The other alkene class, yung minor product, dito na form yung double bond niya. Okay? Nasa labas ng ring, yung double bond. So lesser ang pagiging substituted nito. Now, the other alkene will come from the rearrangement. So ito class, hydride shift niya. So may nearby hydrogen atom, it will shift to the positively charged carbon at ma-form na class A, tertiary carbocation na more stable. And removal of the beta hydrogen, one of the beta hydrogens, will form alkene Y. Diba? So ito class, ang major product, alkene Y, at ito naman class ang minor alkene product. Diba? So parang problem din kanina. Dalawa. Ang possible products, one minor and one major. Okay? So class, dalawa nakita nyo yung rearrangement, ha? Nakita na kayo ng 1,2 hydride shift and 1,2 methyl shift. O, madali na, diba? O class, we're done with dehydration reactions. So ipa-follow naman natin ang substitution reactions. So here class, ang mga possible reagents. Alam mo, dami. O, kalmala class, HCl, HBr, diba? Normal reagents yan. If you want to produce alkyl chloride, alkyl bromide, pati nga HI, coming from alcohol. So here, ang kanilang usage, applicable to all alcohol. O primary, secondary, tertiary. SN1, ang mechanism for secondary and tertiary. SN2 for methyl and primary alcohol. Pantay-pantayan, diba? Pare-pareho. Now, paano ma'am, kung gusto ko ng SN2 mechanism, yung alcohol ko ma'am, methyl, primary, pwede din nga ang secondary, at wala akong available na acid, may alternative ba? Yes. You can use SOCl2 to introduce chlorine, PBr3 to introduce bromine. Both will react via SN2 mechanism. Ang notable dyan guys, di ba pag SN2 at yung carbon ay chiral, then there will be inversion of configuration. Okay? Kung chiral yung carbon bearing the OH group. Okay? Yan ang notable. Nakakalimutan ng mga students. Kasi ito class, pang SN2 talaga. Okay? Pang SN2 mechanism ang dalawang yan. Ma'am, ituturo mo yung mechanism? Yes. Para ma-appreciate nyo guys. Okay? So acid muna. Yung normal route muna on converting alcohols to alkyl halides. So everyone, look at this. This is our alcohol. And HBr. Alam mo, ba't parang iba? O class, check natin. Bakit parang iba? Baka may rearrangement. Okay? O class, let's look at the mechanism for this reaction. Steps 1 and 2, protonation of the oxygen atom and the loss of the living group. You already know here, di ba kung ano nangyari here? So this is the formation of the secondary carbocation. Alam naman. Magkakaroon po ng shift, no? Para po mas maging stable. Exactly. So this will again occur via hydride shift. O, nilipat si hydrogen. Boom! Meron tayong tertiary carbocation. So class, one of the products, yung minor product, ito. Okay? But upon rearrangement, mas stable kasi ang tertiary carbocation. So the major product is of course the more stable. In this case, the tertiary alkyl halide. O, diba? Madali lang. So ang secondary carbocation, magbibigay ng secondary alkyl halide, and then ang tertiary carbocation, magbibigay class ng tertiary alkyl halide. So kaya pala mo, kaya pala parang lumipat pa, diba? Kasi meron siyang 1,2 hydride shift. O class ha, nakailang example na tayo ng rearrangement. For sure, maalala nyo na yan. Okay? Next. Lucas test. Parang familiar. O class, sana familiar sa inyo ha. Ito ay chemical characterization that involves HCl. So, ang magiging product ng alcohol, syempre magiging alkyl chloride ito. So, the reagent is concentrated HCl together with the catalyst zinc chloride. Reaction, SN1 for tertiary and secondary alcohols. Ano makikita ma'am? Class, pag ang ROH, alcohol, na-convert na to RCl, may pagbabago sa IMFA, di ba? So, coming from H bonding, sa ROH, sa RCl, wala na. So, kung hindi na soluble sa water yun na, exactly, magiging turbid class kapag nag-react ang alcohol with the Lucas reagent. And the fastest to form a cloudy mixture ay ang tertiary. The reaction is immediate within a few seconds. Bakit ma'am? Di ba class ang tertiary alcohol magbibigay ng tertiary carbocation? Yun ang gusto ng SN1. Kaya mabilis ang formation ng alkyl chloride kung galing sa tertiary alcohol. For secondary alcohol naman, mag-aada ka pa ng few minutes. Okay? Pag primary, very slow or no reaction. Kasi nga primary. Okay? So, hindi naman ito form ng stable na carbocation. So, class, isa itong paraan sa lab kung unknown pa sa'yo kung anong type siya ng alcohol. So, Lucas test can help you distinguish tertiary, secondary, and primary alcohol. So ayan ha, may lab lesson tayo, ang Lucas test. So, magpatuloy tayo. Substitution reactions na to. Ito na, ang mechanism for conversion using thionyl chloride, SOCl2, and PBr3. So, klase na maigi. Hindi ko na kayo pressure class na i-memorize itong ganitong mechanism. I'm just showing you for appreciation to, ha? Para maalala niyo na hindi lang HBr, HCl, HI ang mga paraan to convert alcohol to alkyl chlorides, no? Alkyl halides. Okay? So ito ang ROH, it will react with thionyl chloride, SOCl2. Generally speaking, ang first step para i-convert ang OH into a good living group. Bakit hindi good living group ang OH? Diba class, kailangan weak base. O ang OH, strong base yan. Hydroxide, diba? So hindi ito good living group. Okay? So ngayon, ROSOCl, sulfonate ester. Yan ang good living group. Ano to ma'am? Diba? Kasi dapat kilala nyo na yan. Ginamit ko sa analytical na. Yan ay pyridine. O ginamit na rin natin ito class in OrgChem 5. So pyridine, a base, will remove the hydrogen. Ayan. So yan class ang first and second steps para ma-form ang good living group. And in the last step, removal na class. Ayan na, may bond breaking na para ma-yield ang RCl. Okay? So RCl, the alkyl chloride is now formed via SN2. SN2, so class ito ay backside attack, simultaneous, o C, look at step 3, simultaneous, and there's inversion of configuration. Important yun if carbon, the alpha carbon is chiral. Kung chiral siya ha, may inversion of configuration. Next, for PBr3 naman, same thing. The first step is the conversion of OH into a good living group. And then, succeeding class, ang reaction na to yield the RBr, the alkyl bromide. SN2 pa rin. So it will again involve inversion of configuration, and important yun if carbon, the alpha carbon is chiral. Okay? O, diba? Madali na class. O, nakatapos na tayo ng elimination. Substitution. Ito class substitution din, pero notable. Kasi ang tosylate, ang tosylate ay good living group din. Thus, meron pang kasunod na reaction kung may isufollow pa kayo ha sa synthesis. So let's see. Ano ba yung tosylate na yan? O class, tosylate is a shortcut for para toluene sulfonate. Ito siya. Okay? So meron tayong toluene at para position, merong group na sulfonate. O remember from OrgChem 5, sulfonic acid, SO3H. Tanggalin mo yung H, sulfonate. Yan pala yun. An alkyl tosylate is composed of two parts. Ang kanyang R group R coming from an alcohol and tosylate, which is a good living group. A tosyl group is often abbreviated as TS. So, an alkyl tosylate is ROTS. So, class, huwag magtaka kung sa exam or sa libro, ganito na sila isulat. RO, yan yung alkoxide portion, and ito na, TS, tosylate. O, diba? So, mga good living group yan, yes. Good living group ang mga tosylate kasi galing sila class na para toluene sulfonic acid. I hope you remember lang mga sulfonic acid sa mundo ng organic chem, strong acid sila. O, tandaan nyo ha, sa mundo class ng organic chem, dalawang grupo ang malakas na acid, carboxylic and sulfonic. Pero pag kinapare nyo sila sa inorganic acids, weak pa rin sila. Dito lang. Sa comparable sa mga species dito, strong sila. So if sulfonic acid is strong, therefore ang kanyang conjugate na tosylate ay weak base. Kaya good living group. Tingnan nyo ha, ito ang mga reactions na class. So ethyl tosylate here reacting with methoxide, a strong nucleophile. Uy, ALS, good living group eh. And you now form this product, di ba? SN2. Ma'am, asan ang inversion po ng configuration? Ito. Pag chiral class ang carbon, syempre, remarkable yun na effect sa kanya kung chiral yung carbon. So if you are using tosylates at meron kang nucleophile here, chiral yung carbon, mag-invert ng configuration. Okay? Another class, elimination. O tandaan, competing reaction ng SN2 ang E2. So here, gagamit ng strong non-nucleophilic base. Bakit yun ang tawag sa kanya? Class, I hope you remember itong example na to. Tert butoxide. Tert butoxide is a weak nucleophile. Why? Because of steric hindrance. I hope you remember, isa ang steric hindrance sa factor or property na nakaka-affect ng nucleophilicity. O diba? Sterically hindered siya, weaker nucleophile. Kaya, strong base, pero non-nucleophilic. So kapag ito class ang ginamit, mag-act siya as a base. So mag-remove siya ng beta-hydrogen. Dahil ito mechanism class, simultaneous. Ang pag-remove ng living group, ang departure ng living group, ang removal ng beta-hydrogen, and ang formation ng pi bond para maging alkene. O ayan. So nakita nyo na, ang ano, diba? Useful ng formation ng tosylate. So alcohol, tapos gagawin natin tosylate, dahil good living group ng tosylate ito ang pwedeng maging next na step. Alright? So class, nakita na natin ang iba't ibang reactions ng alcohol. We have seen conversion to alkenes via dehydration. We have seen conversion to alkyl halides. And then, itong formation class ng carbonyl compounds, discuss natin to sa oxidation. Okay? Aldehyde ketone and carboxylic acid. May reaction pala para maging ether, yes. So mag-apply tayo ng strong base, very strong base sa alcohol. Next step, add tayo ng alkyl halide para class ma-form ang ether. O, di ba? Ang dami class pwedeng mangyari sa alcohol. Kaya dapat every chapter, ginagalan nyo, dapat nag-accumulate tayo class ng knowledge, both on concepts and reactions. So, sana clear yan sa inyo ha. So, ang next reaction natin, formation class ng ether. Dapat alam nyo to from undergrad. Williamson ether synthesis na developed the class in 1800s. It is still the go-to method for making ethers. Alam nyo ba yun? It proceeds via SN2 and works best for unsymmetrical ethers when using less hindered alkyl halide. Bakit less hindered? SN2 nga. Diba? So kung merong dalawang possible combination, yung best combination class, less hindered ng alkyl halide. Take a look at this example from the book. So itong two possible routes to isopropyl methyl ether. So meron kang dalawang groups. Saan ko ilalagay yung R ng alkyl halide? O dapat doon sa sterically, okay? Doon sa less hindered, kung saan accessible siya for backside attack. O take a look. So gagamit tayo class na methyl bromide. So yung methyl natin para sa halide, and then yung isopropyl group, ito yung alcohol na gagawin nating alkoxide. Paano magiging alkoxide yung alcohol? Mamaya lang. I will give you a list of bases, very strong bases that can do the job. Okay? So ayun class ang backside attack, alex ng bromide, living group, attack ng alkoxide. So na-form na ang isopropyl methyl ether. Paano kung baliktad? Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko naalala SN2, hindi mo mamali ka. Ito ang less preferred na path. Why? Your halide here is hindered. So the alkoxide will have a hard time reaching out of the alpha carbon. Diba? Meron tayong ganyang lesson ng OrgChem 6 nasa manual nyo, yung 3D representation ng mga halides kung bakit hindi na possible o nahihirapan ang nucleophile approaching more hindered alkyl halide. Okay? Sana maalala to ha. Williamson ether synthesis. O meron pa akong additional slide class para mas makita ninyo. O take a look at this halide. Ma'am, yan o kamukha, methyl din, yes. Methyl chloride to guys. So ma'am, possible po ba yung i-attack? Yes. O diba? So backside attack yan, kayang-kaya yan class. Yusin to ha. Kayang-kaya yan ng ganitong reaction. So this is our tert butoxide, the nucleophile coming from tert butanol. And attack na class yung alpha carbon and boom na form ang ether. O diba? ba? Unsymmetrical ether yan. Ito ay methyl at saka tert-butyl group. Yan. Ma'am, paano ko binaliktad nyo? Parang ganito ba? Ganyan yung class. Ginawa naman nating tertiary ang alkyl halide here, tapos methoxide. Paano? Di ba? Paano siya class? Ang hirap, ma'am. Tatlo yung R group, oh. Di ba? So it's difficult class. So this is not exactly the combination you're looking for. So again, dapat less hindered, kailangan more accessible ang alkyl halide for an SN2 backside attack by the alkoxide. Okay? O ngayon, lista na natin kung ano yung mga bases na pwede class mag-deprotonate ng alcohol. Ma'am, hindi talaga pwede ang sodium hydroxide? No. Hindi talaga pwede class. Kailangan stronger pa dyan. Examples. Ang very common na ginagamit sa mga reaction class, mga hydride. So hydrides, they're very strong bases. They form alkoxide and hydrogen gas. Kung wala kang hydride, baka meron kang sodium amide. Pwede. Kung wala, metal, sodium and potassium. And pwede class ang mga organometallic reagents. Remember, R minus, basic din sila. Okay? So yun class ang mga reagents, bases that can produce alkoxides from alcohols. O diba? Maganda na may listahan para hindi kayo lost sa mga possible reagents. So sample problem tayo. So, ito class ang ating ether problem. Draw the product of the following two-step reaction sequence. O, meron tayong cyclohexanol. First step, react muna siya class with the strong base. Second step, react na siya sa primary alkyl halide. So, obviously, the first step, removal class ng proton, deprotonation to form the alkoxide nucleophile. And this will now attack the alkyl halide. Ma'am, pwede, Kasi na naman class primary. O, diba? Very accessible for SN2 backside attack, now forming the ether. O, ganyan ha. Very common na ganyang question. Williamson ether synthesis. Okay, next. Oxidation. Alcohols are oxidized on a variety of carbonyl compounds, depending class sa type ng alcohols with primary, secondary, tertiary, and the reagent. If it's a strong or weak oxidizing agent. Recall, oxidation occurs by replacing the carbon-hydrogen bonds on the carbon bearing the OH group by carbon-oxygen bonds. Sige nga, check natin. So for primary alcohol, there are two carbon-hydrogen bonds. So ma'am, pwede bang isa lang i-oxidize o kailangan dalawa? Yan ang class. Depende na sa type of reagent. If you will be using a weak, a mild oxidizing agent, halimbawa na lang, pyridinium chlorochromate, na ang solvent ay usually DCM, dichloromethane, CH2Cl2, ang magiging product ay aldehyde. Only one carbon-hydrogen bond will be oxidized. But if you will be using a stronger oxidizing agent, tulad na lamang ng potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate, CrO3 in acid, lahat yan strong, yes. So magiging product class, carboxylic acid. So both carbon-hydrogen bonds in the primary alcohol will be oxidized. Kailangan tandaan nyo yun, class, ha? O next, secondary alcohol. Isa na lang ang carbon-hydrogen bond. So class, regardless of the strength of the oxidizing agent, ang magiging product ay ketone. Kasi dalawa na yung R group. Okay, so kapag meron kang dalawang R group, ketone lang naman yun. Yun lang yung carbonyl compound na may dalawang R group. Okay, so class, check this out from the manual. Kasi last time daw, merong about oxidation state. Hindi ko masyadong mag-grasp yung kinukwento ng student. Sabi ko na ba oxidation state? Ayan, ginawa ko na lang class ng timeline from alkane, alcohol, aldehyde, carboxylic acid, up to carbon dioxide. Lahat yan. Diba? So para makita ng class na, most reduced, pinakamaraming carbon hydrogen. And here sa CO2, lahat carbon oxygen. Kaya siya yung most oxidized. Diba? Gets nyo? So yun ang timeline ng oxidation state ng carbon sa iba't ibang compounds from alkene going to carbon dioxide. And here's the list of the type of alcohol and yung magiging oxidation product. Depende class kung anong type ng reagent. Nung ba't yung tertiary wala sa slide kanina? Walang class, walang carbon hydrogen bond yun. DOS and R. No reaction. Alright? O meron pa akong did you know? O ano ba ito class? Nagaling na ba ang breath analyzer? Tinatawag dito na breath alcohol detector. Bakit ma'am? Related ba yan sa oxidation reaction na to? Yes. Did you know? Early breathalyzers use potassium dichromate to detect alcohol. When ethanol is present sa hininga nyo, o kunwari you're driving under the influence, it will be oxidized to acetic acid at yung orange na potassium dichromate magiging green. Kasi chromium 6 to, di ba? Itong chromium sa dichromate, pag siya class I, na-reduce ng reaction with, of course, with the ethanol, siya ay magiging positive 3 at ng chromium 3, tandaan nyo, green yun. So, magkakaroon ng color change, exactly. So, pag nagkaroon ng color change, ibig sabihin, enough yung amount of alcohol sa hininga mo, ganun karami na konsumo ng alcohol. Hala, hindi ka pwedeng mag-drive. Okay? So, hopefully guys, gets natin yung idea nitong oxidation na in-apply sa mga early breathalyzers or breath alcohol detector. O, di ba ang cool na gamit, no, yung oxidation reaction. So, yung alcohol, primary alcohol to class ethanol, nakakonvert siya to carboxylic acid. Bakit? Strong oxidizing agent ng dichromate. Dichromate naman, ma-reduce from chromium 6, siya ay magiging chromium 3. May color change from orange to green. Di ba ang bongga? Nagamit pa yung reaction here sa breathalyzer. Okay? Exercise guys tayo. Okay na mag-growing 1A ha. So, ito primary alcohol, mild or weak oxidizing agent. Alam dapat ang answer. Next, secondary alcohol, PCC. Di ba regardless naman, secondary alcohol din, yes. Next, primary alcohol, pero dito, strong ang oxidizing agent. Next, secondary alcohol, again, regardless kung anong type ng oxidizing agent yan, ketone pa rin ang magiging product. So, letter A, aldehyde. Letter B, ito yung ketone, letter C, carboxylic acid, letter D, ketone. Okay na mag-growing 1A, napakadali lang na exercise na to. Alright, so class, we're done. Congratulations sa alcohols. Okay, alcohols pala. O meron pa akong few slides for phenols. Reaction 1, phenols can react with strong base. Bakit pwede yung sodium hydroxide? Kasi nga, ang phenoxide ay resonance stabilized, kaya okay na siya sa sodium hydroxide. Next, reaction with oxidizing agent, pwede rin. And ito class, sa lang, alala ko, we always use this. Kung nasa confirmation step na kami, phenol ba to? So, one last chemical test will confirm kung phenol ang unknown, lagyan mo ng iron 3. Why? Iron 3 forms a complex with phenoxide. Ito class, ang napo-form, ganda So, ang nagiging products class, colorful complexes, ranging from red, green, blue, violet, brown, kung gallic acid, black yung kulay niya. Diba? So, I remember the students, nag-light up talaga sila whenever they see, ma'am, phenol yung unknown ko. Diba? Kasi nga, last step na to confirm kung phenol yung unknown nila. So, I remember, meron kami ganung activity sa basic organic chem. So, the students are tasked to determine kung ano yung functional group ng unknown nila. So, there will be a series of tests, and yung last na test nila, confirmatory. Okay? So, ayun. Ang laki-laking schematic diagram para class ma-test nila kung anong functional group yung unknown nila. Okay? So, kanina na meron ako ng kwentong Lucas test para i-confirm kung anong type of alcohol. Here naman, kung phenol yung unknown. See, ang ganda, diba? So, ayan guys, ang chapter on alcohols and phenols. Part pa rin class ng Org Chem 8 ang amines. So everyone, we will now study amines. Mamahaba ba to? Class, hindi na. Okay? Actually, meron akong mga tinarin na parts kasi hindi pa tayo nag-aldehydes and ketones. So yung mga portions na mag-discuss ko pa lang in the next crash course, doon ko pa lang babanggitin. But those na medyo, alam niyo na, nakapag-discuss na tayo ng substitution, ng elimination, ganun pa rin naman dito. Okay, ma'am, bakit? Bakit mo finalo yung amines? Kasi normally, diba, sa regular semesters, ma'am, dulo yun eh. Yung mga nitrogen containing dulo na yan, well, class, I can see na mas mainam na i-follow ko siya right after alcohol kasi may similarity. Una, H bonding. O, diba? And then yung reactivity, medyo kahawig pa rin ng alcohol. Kaya gusto ko siyang i-follow right away. Baka malimutan mo kasi. Okay, don't worry. May mga parts pa rin naman na may iwan sa last crash course natin. Okay? So, ang mga amines class, derivatives to from ammonia. Okay, may mga ammonia dito. Wala kasi ako makita amine class na gumagalaw. Okay? So, recall ulit ang kanilang spectro sa IR peaks nila, no? IR absorption nila. So, ang primary amine, dalawang klasang NH. Merong dalawang NH absorption. More than 3,000 ulit. Okay? Pag secondary amine, isa na lang yung NH. Kung bakit walang tertiary? Walang magkasa ng NH sa tertiary amine. O, diba? Very notable. Kung ang OH absorption ay strong and broad, ang NH hindi. Okay? Pero may peaks pa siya, depende kung primary or secondary amine. Okay? So, I hope class clear tayo sa pag-recall ng IR properties ng amines. Okay? Next, structure and properties. O, ma'am, bakit naka-highlight to? Kasi ito ang notable sa group ng amines. So, iopeisinine, parang itong alcohol class, pag nagpapangalan tayo. But, kapag merong substituent guys, pag secondary and tertiary amine, may substituent ang nitrogen, dapat N substituent. Example, N-methylethanamine, IUPAC. Pero kapag common name, ethyl-methylamine. Okay? Diba? Typical pa rin. Kung ano yung alam nyo about IUPAC, common name kanina, ganun pa rin. Boiling point, solubility, basicity. O, diba? Naka-highlight yan. Kasi ang mga amines, sila ay galing sa ammonia, so they're also weak Rosselló-Urey bases. So, they react with acids. So, see, medyo easy lang, diba? Kasi nga, galing pa rin tayo sa chapter kanina ng alcohol. So, may konti pa rin similarity. O, class, practice tayo ng naming. The first one, parang methanol yan. This is methanamine, IUPAC, common name, methylamine. The second one, cyclohexanamine. So, ang common name niya, cyclohexylamine. The third one is a tertiary amine. Therefore, you have to indicate na ang methyl and ethyl are bonded or attached to nitrogen. Alphabetically arranged pa rin na N-ethyl and methyl cyclopentanamine. O, see, madali lang guys. Next, property naman. So, ang property class ng amines na isa sa mga notable niya, basic. Diba? Basic. So, class, ito ang mga properties. Aromaticity, resonance, dipole interaction, orbitals, RDO. Kasi sa acids, merong cardio, C for charge. Walang charge dito eh. Doon sa acids meron, I remember. Pero dito, RDO na lang. So, aromaticity, resonance, dipole interaction, orbitals. Itong aromaticity and resonance, almost similar sila. So, tingnan natin, ma'am, bakit may load pair na nasabi dyan? Tingnan nyo, class. Ito ang aromatic compound na pyridine. Ito ang technique. Dapat alam nyo, class, na aromatic ang mga compounds na to. Yung mga aromatic heterocycles yan, na part ng lesson natin ng Orchem 5 sa aromatic compounds. Thus, following Hochul's rule, dapat meron silang 4n plus 2 is equal to 6 pi electrons. Ma-mix pareho sila. Dapat, mathematically speaking, dapat pareho para n is equal to 1. Hindi naman pwedeng 1/2, di ba? Hindi pwedeng fraction or decimal. N should be equal to 1. Therefore, para maging aromatic sila, check natin, ano kaya mangyari, ma'am, sa lone pair ng nitrogen? With pyridine, the lone pair of nitrogen should not be delocalized. Otherwise, magiging 4n plus 2 is equal to 8. Hindi na yun aromatic. Ma'am, goal pa nila maging aromatic, syempre stable din. Di ba? Kung kaya naman ng mga compounds maging aromatic, why not? Dahil mayroon tong unique stability. Okay? So, these two, pyridine and pyrrole, they are known to be aromatic compounds. With pyridine, okay na, yung 6 pi electrons, hindi na kailangan ang lone pair ng nitrogen. Thus, nitrogen, lone pair is not delocalized. But in pyrrole, kailangan yan. Kasi 4 pa lang to. So, para maging 6, 6. Okay? Para maging 6, ano to? Para maging 6 ang pi electrons, yung lone pair ng nitrogen part dapat sa class na ring. O, diba? Para maging aromatic, para maging stable. But the nitrogen lone pair, hindi siya kay nitrogen lang. Delocalize ito, part sa class na ring. Kaya, na-apekto na pagiging basic ng dalawang compounds na to. Since in pyridine, hindi part ng ring, yung lone pair ng nitrogen, kanya lang, mas intense ang pagiging electron pair donor niya. Stronger base ang pyridine. But for pyrrole, na part ng ring ang lone pair niya, ay, o diba, delocalize yung lone pair. So weaker base siya. Nababawasan yung characteristic niya as an electron pair donor. O dapat gets nyo yun ha. Yung class ang two properties na aromaticity and resonance. Ang para tong dipole interaction. Class, dapat tandaan nyo na ang mga bases, mahalaga ang kanilang electron density. Pag in-intensify natin ang electron density by more electron-releasing groups, yun, more basic. Diba? Ang mga bases, electron pair donor. O, sige nga, i-practice natin yan, ma'am. I-practice natin yung ERG na yan, o class. Rank the following amines in order of increasing basicity. O everyone, increasing basicity. So, aniline, walang any ERG. Para nitroaniline, ma'am, paano yan? Nitro at saka methyl. Ano pong mga groups sila? Class, tandaan from Orchem 5, electron-releasing ang mga groups na activating. O, diba bagay? Ang mga activating groups, they are electron-releasing group. They intensify the electron density. But, with the withdrawing groups, ito yung mga deactivating groups, SMDC nitro, they deactivate. So they lessen the electron density. Ano nilang yung monics tinuro sa inyo? SMDC nitro at saka OHH XD. Diba? So mga yun din sila, yun din sila. Activating, releasing. Deactivating, withdrawing. Diba? Synonymous. Same sa class na meaning. Therefore, the correct arrangement here, ang pinaka-basic, dapat yung last answer natin, ang pinaka-basic dapat itong toluidine. Ito ko ng letter nga para mas madali. A, B, C. So, C class ang pinaka-basic. And then, we have aniline, nasa gitna siya. And then, nitro, ang weakest. Bakit? Withdrawing group yun. So, it lessens the electron density. Nag-withdraw. But for para methyl aniline, ang methyl group intensify niya ang electron density. O ha? Meron pa tayo ganito. O class, the lone pair on nitrogen is delocalized on the oxygen atom, thereby decreasing the basicity of the amine in para-nitroaniline. Withdrawing nga, ma'am, di ba? Withdrawing nga yung overall effect niya. But for para-methyl-aniline, inductively, nagkakaroon class ng na-intensify ang electron density. O ayan ha, huwag kalilimutan. With respect to basicity, ERG, ang nakakapag-increase nito in amines. Okay? Next, preparation of amines. Take note guys, hindi pa natin makomplete itong part na to because there are more reactions pa remaining in our last chapters that will actually lead to production ng amines. So, skip na natin sila ha. Okay, naka-highlight yung discuss natin. Alkylation of ammonia. Uy, pwede. So, kung meron tayong alkyl halide glass, pwede itong mag-react with ammonia to form an amine. Itong Gabriel amine synthesis, hindi ko muna pasapakita here ha, kasi medyo baka overwhelming na itong lesson natin. But definitely, we will also discuss this sometime in our next discussion. Reduction. O di ba ma'am, parang may naalala kami reduction ng nitro to amine sa ORCAM 5. Exactly. Di ba gumamit tayo ng mga reducing agent para yung nitrobenzene maging aniline. So reduction in class. So meron tayong iba. Reduction ng azide, ng nitrile, and nitro compounds to yield primary amine. So we will check that out, guys. Ito nga. Ito yung example na pinakita ko sa ORCAM 5. Ito yung mismo mga reagents, di ba? So it will produce primary amine. And in our last chapter, carboxylic acid derivatives, nakikita na ang mga amides or tulad ng ibang mga derivatives, pwede rin silang mag-react with lithium aluminum hydride to form amines. So depende class, on type of amide, yung type of amine. And we'll also introduce here the reduction of nitriles. So RC, patandaan niyo pag may nitride class ha, another carbon yan. So dapat RC, H2, and H2, primary amine din yung magiging product. Okay? So class, huwag nyo na pressure, kailangan unti-unti nyo maalala lahat ng mga bagong reactions natin. Substitution using nitrogen nucleophile, ayan na nga. So ammonia, mga primary, secondary, tertiary amines, yes. So alkylation, i-alkylate natin class ng ammonia and all possible amines para makaproduce, okay, ng amine. So substitution using nitrogen nucleophile. Nitrogen nucleophile, nitrogen containing kasi lahat to. Okay? Napaka-simple. Next, class, ito naman yun ang reactions ng amines. O diba kaya ako nga finalo agad ang amines after alcohols. So you would see, class, yung magiging relationship no or connection kung bakit medyo related. Amines are stronger bases and nucleophiles than other neutral organic compounds. Amines react bases with compounds that contain acidic protons. Amines react as nucleophiles with compounds that contain electrophilic carbons. O sa part na yung class, makikita nyo na kung ano, we can actually see ma'am the connection. Bakit amines nga ang medyo magandang ka-follow sa alcohol. So here class, ang mga possible reactions with amines. O mga sabi ibang number, syempre class, hindi natin ma-follow kasi hindi pa naman nakaka-discuss ng aldehydes and ketones. So I hope it's okay na i-delay ko muna yung discussion ng ibang mga reaction. After na tayo maka-discuss ng 8 and 9, I will follow right away itong mga naiwan reactions with amines. Okay? We will discuss 5 and 7. Very notable to class sa amines. Hoffman elimination. O tandaan ha, magpaka naalala ko din, discuss mo na yung sa ORCAM 6 exactly. We will now discuss it here as a reaction with amines and reaction with HNO2 nitrous acid. Nasama mo na lahat to class, hina-highlight lang natin. Okay? So with Hoffman elimination, ito class reaction. So, amine. Di ba aalis ba yung amine? Yung NH2 hindi. Hindi siya agad-agad aalis kasi poor living group yan. Remember tulad ng OH, strong base ng NH2, poor living group. Hindi sila basta-basta aalis. So, there will be a series of steps to convert NH2 to a good living group. Okay? Essentially, ang ma-remove ay H from beta hydrogen ulit mo. Elimination kasi. At saka yung NH2 on the alpha carbon. So, here are the series of steps. Meron tayong methyl iodide excess, silver oxide, and heat. So, ang overall na nangyari, loss of hydrogen and amino group at the beta and alpha carbons respectively. O ito class, ang series of steps. So, propylamine, na kapag na-alkylate natin ng bongga, ayan na nga, quaternary ammonium salt na siya. Mga good living group na ba yan? Yes, pero bulky ha. Good living group na sterically gifted. Ibig sabihin class, malaki siya. Okay? And then, ito na, meron tayong strong base. Okay? Dahil meron strong base class, there will be removal of the beta, one of the beta hydrogens. At ito na nga, ang living group, okay, na medyo may kalakihan. So class, at the last part, yung E2 elimination, anti-periplanar. Paano nga yan? Dapat class, may certain anti-geometry ang living group at ang aalis na beta hydrogen to properly form the pi bond para sa alkene. I hope you remember that. Diniscuss natin ang E2 elimination last time sa ORCAM 6. Okay? So more examples ma'am. Ito na nga. So nakalagay dito ang bawat step na discuss natin previously. So here, another amine, cyclohexylamine. So first step, alkylation para ma-convert to class into quaternary ammonium salt para maging good living group. Next, okay, removal of the beta hydrogen. Ayan. Heating will drive the reaction forward. So madali lang kasi isa lang yung possible alkene na ma-form like a while ago. 2-phenethylamine, same thing. Paano kapag more than one product na yung possible, ayun na nga, gawin natin. Okay? So here is an amine na mayroong more than one possible product. So class Hoffman. Ma'am, bakit nga po ang major product dito ay yung less substituted alkene because of steric factor. Okay? Kasi class diba, mako-convert ito a quaternary ammonium version. Yung form niya na maraming CH3, quaternary, malaki. Dahil bulky yan, dapat yung beta hydrogen ay remove accessible. Okay? Kaya yun ang coming from beta 1. So itong beta 1 katabi ng alpha, ito ay more accessible as compared sa beta 2 na lesser accessibility kasi may harang. Diba? May napakalaking quaternary ammonium salt yan kapag nag-perform na class nagawa na ang step 1. Yun ang reason. So the base removes a proton from the less substituted, more accessible beta 1 because of the bulky living group. Ano yung bulky living group? Ito magiging quaternary ammonium salt. Okay? So yun ang reason kung bakit ang Hoffman elimination ng Hoffman product less substituted alkene. O sana clear tayo ha. This is not the second time we are mentioning Hoffman elimination. Okay? Last reaction na i-consider natin for amines. Ang kanilang conversion to diazonium salts. Class, did you know diazonium salts are key intermediates in azo-dye synthesis, which creates the bright, vibrant dyes used in textiles and coloring agents. O nakapag-perform kayo ng ganito. Kasi I remember kasi alam namin before, na-perform namin ang experiment wherein nag-generate kami ng HNO2 in situ. Ibig sabihin nun, within the reaction mixture, mapoproduce ang HNO2. Paano? Pag meron kang sodium nitrite, HCl, 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Kung bakit malamig? Due to the internal stability and potential na pagsabog ng mga diazonium salts. Diba? Scary. So kailangan nag-iingat ka. O look, ito ang ating primary amine. And it will be converted to, ang tawag class dito, diazonium salt. Bakit? Class, sa old literature, pag nakita ang word na azo, it means nitrogen. Di tayo nga, thio, sulfur yun. Pag azo, nitrogen. Diazo, dalawa. Sabi? Dalawang nitrogen. O anong alam natin class about nitrogen? Diba? Ito ay stable inert gas, good living group yan. So kaya intermediate ang mga diazonium salt. Now, dahil dyes ang gagawin natin makulay, dapat may conjugation. So, start tayo sa aniline. Kung may conjugation yan, benzene yan. And you will form the salt. O one way to another way to write NN is N2, N2 plus Cl minus. Remember, ito kasi ay salt. Okay? So, anong mangyayari dahil intermediate siya? Marami. O one type of reaction na pwedeng mag-occur with your diazonium salt ay substitution. So, ito class, ang mga reaction ng aryl diazonium salts. Kasi nga, ang N2, good living group. If you use water, magkakaroon ka ng phenol. If you use copper 1 salts, CuX, magiging aryl chloride, aryl bromide, or nitrile. So, may specific na name to, Sandmeyer reaction. O, ito pa, kung gusto mo ng aryl chloride, iodide, benzene, here are the other reagents. Alright? So, ayan class. In your manual, naglagay din kami ng coupling reaction. So, coupling reaction is one of the easiest routes para makaproduce class ng dyes. O ma'am, kailangan ba aralin pa namin kung mga pwedeng mag-couple sa diazo salt? For now, hindi naman muna. Ito nga, ito lang muna yung review slides natin para maalala ng class na very normal with diazonium salt ang substitution. Yung coupling nasa manual ninyo. Yung coupling, yun ang usual na route for dye production. Okay? So, congratulations guys. We're done with Orgem 7. Alcohols, phenols, and amines. Pero again, yung amines, di pa yung complete. Meron pang ibang reaction na ipa-follow natin. So, class, welcome sa Orgem 8. Pag 7 nakalagay dito, 8 na. Okay? For Orgem 8, ang chapter ay ethers and epoxides. So, Ma'am Mitch, ito po ba ay mahirap? Well, magiging mahirap siya kung hindi kayo familiar sa mga reactions ng ethers and epoxides. Okay, simulan ko na ha. So, meron ako idadagdag class na slide, wala sa manual ninyo, paano mag-prepare. So, i-recall lang natin ano yung mga reactions that led to the production of ethers and epoxides. So, common ethers muna. Symmetrical ether, ang dimethyl ether at diethyl ether. O ma'am, yung nakaparenthesis nyo lagi ang common name. Yes, yan lagi ang common name. So, dahil symmetrical sila, one will be your alkoxy, the other one will be your alkene. So, methoxymethane, ethoxyethane. O diba? Magkamukha ang alkyl halide tsaka ether when it comes to their IUPAC. Why? Alkane. Kasi mas mababa pa ang kanilang prioritization compared sa alkene. Kaya pinapangalanan sila as alkane. O, ito naman class mga epoxides. So, kung gagawin natin silang IUPAC, alkane sila. For example, 1, 2, 3. Ma'am, pwede mag-1 tayo sa left. Hindi. Kailangan lowest possible number ang ma-receive ng functional group, ang ma-receive ng epoxy carbon. So, kung gagawin mong 1, 2, 3 na baliktad, edi magkakaroon ka ng numbers na 2, 3. O, di ba? Taas yun kumpara sa 1, 2. Diba? So, 1, 2 epoxy propene. Ito naman, 2, 3 epoxy butene. Ito class, start ulit dito para lowest possible numbers sa epoxy carbon, 2, 3 epoxy pentene, and 3, 4 epoxy hexane. Alright? And for the last compound here, ma'am, yung methyl ba? Kailangan ilagay. Oo. At kailangan ito ang ikot ha. Para class number 1 yung methyl at yung epoxy carbon lowest possible number. So, 1, 2 epoxy, 1 methyl, cyclohexane. Madali na class ang naming. O, ito naman ang kanilang properties. Alam niyo naman na to. Diba? You already know the functional group here ay ROR. IUPAC, tapos na. Discuss ko na. Common name, yes. Boiling point. Ang pentane plus 36. Ang diethyl ether 35. Ma'am, similar ba yung molecular weight? Yes. Almost similar. Tapos, magkalapit lang yung boiling point nila. Solubility, ganun pa rin. Main uses. So, ang uses nila class sa lab, solvents. And noong una panahon, they are also used as anesthetics. Okay? O, ito na. Preparation. Dagdag ko to ha, na info. O, di ba mga kaka-Williamson na kanina? Yes. O, class, if you remember from your Orgem 4, alkenes, oxymercuration, demercuration, dito, alkoxy. Ibig sabihin, instead of using your normal reagent, ang gagawin natin dito, ROH. Okay? Para nga naman maging ether siya. Epoxidation, o, naalala pa ba? Ito ang peroxy. Okay? Peroxyacetic acid. Plus, kindly correct din, sa inyong PT8, yung isang reaction doon, number 3, nakalagay doon, CH3COOH lang. Dapat tatlo ang oxygen. O, alam niyo na ha. O, correction sa number 3 sa PT8, dapat yun ay tatlo ang oxygen. Kasi peroxyacetic acid. Or, pwede rin metachloro, peroxybenzoic acid, or MCPBA. O, galing din yan sa alkenes chapter natin. Okay? For the reactions of ethers and epoxides, kasi class, hindi sila ganun ka-reactive. Dahil sila ganun ka-reactive, konti lang ang reactions nila. Yung Los Baños section na una-una ko naruan ito, nagulat sila. Ito lang ma'am, yes. Medyo bitin. Ito lang talaga siya guys. Okay? First reaction, na very notable, acidic cleavage. Okay? So acidic cleavage will of course cleave the compound into two. So dalawa ang magiging resulting R groups. Dalawa ang alkyl halide. For ring opening, ayan, ito yung challenging na part. For ring opening. Reaction occurs with backside attack, they transfer anti-products. O meron tayong exercise for this, don't worry. And then number 3 reaction with organometallic reagents. So SN2-like mechanism kasi R group will approach or will attack the more accessible or the less substituted carbon. Okay? O, exercise tayo na maunawaan ng class gain. Predict the products when the epoxides below undergo hydrolysis. Indicate the stereochemistry of the products. O yan. Meron ako dito parehong symmetrical na epoxide pero magkaiba class ang products nila. Okay ha? Pag sinabing hydrolysis, ito class ay reaction with acid or base. Tandaan yan ha? Hydrolysis, may acid or base, may water, syempre. Aqueous pa rin. So, kapag pinrotonate natin class itong O, it becomes this. O plus H. Diba? Hindi yan stable. So, attack. Okay? Backside attack ng OH2, ng water, and magkakaroon tayo dyan na pareho ng carbon, may OH. Kasi, pag ito kasi inattack, kasama naman yung kabila sa isang carbon, sa isang epoxy carbon. So, pareho silang may OH. O ma'am, paano yung sobrang H? Class, in real life, in totoong buhay, kung acidic yung unang step mo, you have to neutralize that. So, may basic workup yan. But we don't write it normally. No, bihirang isulat yan sa paper. Pero sa toong laboratory setup, may basic workup tayo para ma-deprotonate yung mga gusto mong tanggalan ng proton. So, essentially speaking, pareho magiging OH yung dalawang epoxy carbon. Okay? Ito class ang product. Ma'am Mitch, bakit miso? Class, remember, there is free rotation on the carbon-carbon single bond. Thus, symmetrical yan. So, meso compound yan. O ano ba sabi natin? Achiral yung product because the carbon-carbon bond is free to rotate. O ano bang alam nyo kapag achiral ng product? Diba ma'am? Optically inactive yan? Yes. Okay? So, optically inactive class ang dipole from this epoxide. O, subukan nyo naman to. Okay? Ito naman class, symmetrical din. O ma'am, hydrolyze din natin. Either acid or base, tapos may water. Yes. Thus, we will form also a dipole. But this time, free rotation pa kaya ma'am? Hindi na. Kasi part ng ring yung carbon-carbon single bond, hindi na free ang rotation. So, meron tayong both sides na i-attack equally class ng water. So, equal ang chance na i-attack ng water ang both sides, thus forming two enantiomers. And this time, hindi na free ang rotation unlike dito sa first epoxide. So ano yun mga 50-50 po sila? Di ba may tawag po dyan? Racemic mixture. Okay? So racemic mixture to, optically inactive din. Pareho sila. Diba? Pero maganda yung reason kung bakit sila optically inactive. O class in-emphasize ko to kasi may ganito po sa practice test na favorite sa Vortex. Okay? So sana magbunga ang ating pag-isipag sa problem na to. Kung meron pa ako galing sa book ni Smith, o magkamukha lang yan eh. Pero ang ginamit naman na nucleophile dito, alkoxide. Diba? So may asterisk, chiral center kasi. Okay? So class, there are two possible products. The nucleophile attacks from below at either side. Kaya may dalawang products tayo na anti ang relationship ng dalawang groups, yung OH at yung nucleophile. So here are the two products, 50-50 sila, therefore optically inactive kasi racemic mixture. O, meron akong nakita lang sa book na naalala ko nila rin, makikita pa natin ng prof namin. Noong una, hindi pa ako masyadong nakaka-follow sa lesson. Sabi ko, bakit? Pag-remind din ako yun. Pero nung nakaka-follow na ako sa lesson, it made sense. Whenever an achiral reactant yields a product with chiral centers, the product is achiral, like what we had in the first product kanina, or racemic, a pair of enantiomers. Or, in other words, sa mas madaling salita, optically inactive reactants give optically inactive products. Galing ka sa book ni Smith yan. Diba? Kung ano, inactive yung starting material kasi symmetrical siya, walang center. Tapos yung product, optically inactive din because either sila ay miso or racemic. Ha? O, diba? So, kailangan talaga mas maalala yung basic concept ng stereochem. Okay? For you to really understand, to grasp the concept here in this reaction. Okay? Congratulations, guys. We're done with our lesson on Org Chem 7 and 8. No, ha?